Ryan here with Business Trends TV, and today I have Melanie from MCM Property Services on, and they're in Baulkham Hills, and one of the questions that we got from our viewers was, what happens after an application is approved, Melanie?
Yeah, so from an applicant's perspective, once the application's been approved by the landlord, obviously we'll make contact with the applicant, let them know the happy news, and then what we'll do is get them to pay a 1-week holding fee. So it's a 1-week rent holding fee, which basically secures the property for them, so we won't be showing anybody else through, or if any other applications come in, they won't be processed on that property. So it really gives the applicant confidence that they do have the property, and that basically gives us a week then to organise for the leases to be prepared and for a meeting for the leases to be signed. On the landlord side, our processes, if you like, are a little bit more stringent than a lot of other property management companies. We really spend a lot of time to actually set up our tenants properly. So one of the issues that we've seen time and time again is where, you know, you've got a property manager that basically just brings a tenant in, you know, signs up the paperwork in 2 seconds, hands them the keys, and they're out the door. That's really not what we're about. We want to make sure that our tenant knows exactly what the expectations are, and even if they have rented before, they've not maybe rented with us. So we want to make sure that they know what we would expect from them throughout the tenancy, and also what they can expect from us as far as dealing with us, communication, all those kind of factors. So the key thing that we'll do is, obviously when we actually draft the lease, before I go and organise a signing meeting, I'll actually email a copy of that lease to the landlord beforehand, so that they can actually see the terms, particularly things like special conditions that we might have inserted, and they get the opportunity to obviously approve those or ask for any changes before we go and get that lease signed. So I'll never go ahead and sign a lease without getting the landlord to agree to the terms first. Once we've got that, again, contact the tenant, organise the meeting. One of the things that we do very differently at MCM is we actually meet the tenant on site. So wherever possible, we'll meet the tenant at the property so we can do a thorough induction with them. And that means actually sitting down, going through all the terms of the leases, all of the special conditions, and all of the really important factors of that property. Just the other day I had some young people that it was their first time renting, and I spent 2 hours with them at the property showing them the basics. This was a property that had, you know, a dishwasher, an air conditioning unit, and being new to renting, they'd never had to deal with that before, and I actually took them through how to clean the filters on the air conditioning unit. So, you know, we do spend a lot of time setting up our tenants, and what we find is that that really sort of sets it up for a really successful tenancy for both the landlord and the tenant. So, you know, at MCM, so that's a really key focus for us, is to have successful tenancies, not just have a tenancy. So if you're not sure that you're getting that kind of service with your property manager, or if you're looking at renting your property out and you really want to have a really successful tenancy, then absolutely give me a call. I'm happy to talk you through what we do further. Our number is 1300 309 700, or you can always email me through the website at mcmpropertyservices.com.au.